Right now, we're talking high school hoops with the leading authority of the San Diego prep scene, Aaron Burgin. You can follow Aaron on Twitter at FulltimeHoops1. FulltimeHoops1. Aaron, welcome back to the plate. You're the first guest in our new scene here.
This is really awesome.
I bet you were really excited about it.
I really appreciate it.
All right, Aaron. Let's start with the signing day. Obviously, you see it happen all the time on the hoops end of things. There's nothing quite like watching a kid light up as he's putting his name on a piece of paper, right?
It's amazing. I mean, you know, and I see a lot of these kids who sign for football, they play basketball as well. So it's really, you know, awesome to see them have their dreams come true on the football side of things. Guys like Casey Granfors, you know, who's headed to UC Davis, plays basketball and football at University City. I mean, that's big time. And, of course, San Diego High. My son attends school with a couple of Cavers who signed.
We're going to get there.
Yes.
We're going to get there. But let's start our conversation with the NC2A quickly, just to do it. I wanted to talk about this with you last time you were here, and we didn't get to it. The recruiting calendar has changed
significantly.
Why, and why is it not good?
So the objective was to eliminate corruption that apparently is rampant in high school recruiting. And what you have now are these drastic changes to the calendar, replacing a couple of the evaluation periods with these regional camps that the NCAA and Team USA basketball are joining in on. And then there were supposed to be additions to the high school recruiting calendar. They've been widely panned because they limit opportunities for high school athletes by about 10 calendar days per year, which is a big deal when you're talking about kids who don't have the exposure maybe going into their senior year. It limits their opportunities. It's not a great idea.
Is it trying to put the squeeze AAU out and everything? Is that
that's part of it, was, you know, trying to eliminate the influence that AAU coaches, handlers might have. But one thing we heard was high school coaches didn't want that added responsibility without the pay.
And for obvious reasons. Exactly. You're asking them to do more for less, or for the same pot.
You nailed it.
We can't talk about San Diego high school basketball here without bringing up Boogie Ellis. Are we going to see Boogie Ellis back on the basketball court this season?
I hope so. I mean, he's been dealing with 2 ankle injuries. He told me a couple of weeks ago that he wouldn't return unless he was 100%. That leaves the door open for a return. But your guess is as good as mine at this point.
I mean, it's possible we don't see him play again, right?
Yeah, we may have seen the last of him at Cathedral a couple of weeks ago.
All right, so that with his playing time reduced so much because of injury, that kind of drops him from the Player of the Year consideration.
I think so.
You say the Player of the Year is?
I think it's emphatically Chibuzo Agbo, a junior at St. Augustine.
Why?
He's had a huge year. They're the #1 team. They're undefeated in the Western League, which includes teams like Cathedral Catholic, Mission Bay, Christian High School, and he's been their best player all year long. He's had huge games. I think he's averaging over a double-double. And, you know, when you put him up against Bryce Pope, Ryan Langborg from La Jolla Country Day, guys like that, I think he's the clear and convincing front runner right now for the...
15 seconds. Who's the #1 team in the county?
I say it's St. Augustine. The computers say it's Foothills Christian. We'll find out come Open Division playoffs.
The computer and the naked eye sometimes don't agree, right?
They just don't, yeah.
All right, your son AJ plays at San Diego. We had a special Cavers moment. You alluded to it. We're going to get your reaction to this. Roll the tape if you could. Tell us where you're going to school.
I will be committing to Idaho State University.
For the next 4 to 5 years, I'll be attending the number one education university in the world, Princeton University.
Your son AJ plays at San Diego. Caver Nation rocking and rolling, huh?
It's been great. I mean, you had, you know, football winning the state title, basketball on the verge of a league title. You had a bunch of kids committing, not just Raiden and Jaden. There have been several kids who have already signed places, and there are a couple of kids who are still on their way. And AJ's having a breakout season as a sophomore. I'd say it's a great time to be a Caver.
All right, so we had Brandon. When did your son start beating you in one-on-one?
You know what? You know, he says that the first time was, you know, shortly after I injured my knee. I have an asterisk on it. He hasn't beaten me healthy. You know, until he beats me at 100%, I will hold that over him.
Brandon Stone made national headlines for himself, first at the Farmers with the Tiger Woods denied pizza video, and then he was at U City for this piece of video that has been seen by millions.
Amazing.
Is this a 2-point basket or a 3-point basket?
According to NFHS rules, which CIF uses, that's a 2-pointer. Ball struck the ground. It's 2 points. I thought it was a 3.
Yeah, we talked to the young man today, Bruce, right?
Ben Bruce.
Ben Bruce. Here's what Ben Bruce had to say.
Ref rules, if it bounces, no matter where it bounces, it's going to be 2 points. And the points are supposed to go to whoever's closest to the basket at that time. But they did still give me the points, though. Just a lucky shot, I would say. I mean, I didn't really expect it to go in. The fans went crazy, as you can see. I did not think it would blow up this much. I was like, oh, lucky shot. I just didn't think much of it. I got a couple 100 followers on Instagram and stuff. Shout out to Brandon Stone for the video. I appreciate it.
Where?
Yeah, millions of people have seen that
awesome.
video. And thank you very much for doing your part to get it on SportsCenter. Aaron, before we let you go, you know about our Battle of the Fans with the CIF we're doing. In your view, where is the most intimidating place to play basketball?
I would say Torrey Pines or St. Augustine. The Cardinal Chaos and the Pit, those student sections will let you have it all game long.
All right, Aaron, we've run out of time, but you promised we're going to do this again right before the playoffs, okay?
We have to.
Aaron Burgin, everybody, Full-Time Hoops 1, Full-Time Hoops 1. Here's just a quick reminder, our signing day coverage is like no other. You'll hear from 38 athletes back to back in just a little bit. The KOSI News at 5 p.m. is concluded. The KOSI News at 6 p.m. now about to begin.